Week 10 of the fantasy basketball season. Here's a few guards I look to buy and trade for this week. The first guard, Jrue Holiday of the Boston Celtics. Holiday, he returned to the lineup in the last game for this Boston Celtic team. And on the season, points are definitely down. Assists and rebounds are down. 12.3 points a game, 4.2 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 1.9 threes, and 45% from the field here for Holiday, where last season he was at 12.5 a game, 5.4 boards, 4.8 assists, 2 threes, and 48% from the field. So like I said, pretty much the numbers are down from last season to this year across the board for Holiday. You see, when you play with players like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, it's going to be tough to get your numbers at Jrue Holiday. And also, he's been banged up on and off this season so far, but I believe you still could go out there and get him on a discount. He's still going to put up some decent numbers. And also, there's going to be games where some of those guys rest, where they take a little bit of a backseat. That's what's good with the Celtic offense. Sometimes it's not just one guy. It's a collective group of putting up a lot of points and putting up categories in fantasy basketball. Or sometimes someone comes out of nowhere, like a Holiday could go off for a 25-point game. So the last few games, December 21st at the Bulls, 7.6 boards, assists, 2 steals, a 3, 60% from the field. December 23rd at the Magic, 16 points, 8 boards, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 2 threes, 58% from the field. Then he missed 3 games, and he returned yesterday versus Toronto, 14 points, a board, 4 assists, 3 steals, 4 threes, 62% from the field. So Holiday's back in the lineup. He looked decent in his return. And like I said, with his numbers down across the board, and we're playing with players like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, some fantasy owners, if they could get anything of decency, might put him on the trade block and trade him this week. And I think Jrue Holiday could help owners as the season goes on. So he's a buy-low player this week. The next guard, Terry Rozier of the Miami Heat. So he suspended a game. Is scary, Terry, and his numbers are definitely down from last year to this year as well, where he started off last season with the Hornets and then got traded away to the Miami Heat. So on the year, 12 points a game, 4 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 1.7 threes, and 39% from the field. And over the last month of the season, only 10.6 points a game, 4.6 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 1 3, and 38% from the field. So I know the assists, the scoring is down, and the playing time, but I still believe Terry Rozier can help fantasy owners, and especially if they trade Jimmy Butler away within the next few weeks before the deadline. Even though the Miami Heat said they're not going to trade him and he don't care, as well Jimmy Butler said if he's traded or not. I just believe there's a possibility if he does get dealt Terry Rozier, his scoring is going to go up, his assists are going to go up. And also as well, we know Tyler Hero's been definitely injury prone throughout his career, and if he goes down with injury for a few weeks, that gets the numbers up as well for Rozier. So December 26th at the Magic, 14 points, 4 boards, an assist, a steal, a 3, 42% from the field. December 28th at the Hawks, 9 points, 5 boards, an assist, a steal, 2 blocks, a 3, 37% from the field. And December 29th at the Rockets, 14 points, 5 boards, a steal, a block, 31% from the field. His shooting's definitely been off a majority of the season, unfortunately, for scary Terry Rozier. But he's still a guy that I think can put the basketball into the hoop quickly, hit 3-point balls, and he's a good passer of the basketball as well, we saw in his Hornet days. So like I said, if something happens with Butler getting traded or Hero goes down with injury, which definitely happened a lot over the last few seasons, that's going to open up more playing time and more times with the ball in his hands. He's a buy-low player this week, and especially he's suspended. I know it's only one game, but as well, that can help fantasy owners get him on a discount. And the final guard, I look to buy and trade for Chris Paul. San Antonio Spurs. So Chris Paul, he's having a decent season, is Chris Paul. Obviously, at the latter part of his career, the veteran playing with the youngsters over there in San Antonio. And he's not going to score the basketball great, but still assisting the basketball, hitting some threes, and stealing the basketball. He can help fantasy owners. On the year, 9.4 points a game, 4.3 rebounds, 8.3 assists, 1.5 steals, 1.7 threes, and 42% from the field for CP3. But the last month, his numbers have dropped a bit, 7.5 a game, 5.5 boards, 8.3 assists, 1.8 steals, 1.3 threes, and 36% from the field. So like I said, scoring the basketball and field goal percentage isn't going to be the thing for Chris Paul, but he still can hit a 3 or 2 per game. Steals and assists is where you're going to want to target and try to get him on your team. December 27th at the Nets, 5 points, 2 boards, 5 assists, 33% from the field. December 29th in Minnesota, 6 points, 5 boards, a whopping 14 assists, but 0% from the field. And December 31st last night, 7 points, 9 boards, 4 assists, 3 steals, a 360% from the field. So Paul's definitely playing good basketball besides scoring, obviously, in field goal percentage. But I still believe some fantasy owners are not going to value him if they're not big into assists, then they want scoring the basketball and everything else. So right now, if you're looking for steals and assists, then Chris Paul, one of the better players at those categories, I still believe, at the point guard position. You could go out there, and I don't think you got to break the bank to get him on your roster. So that's a few guards I'd look to buy and trade for Week 10 of the fantasy basketball season.